All right, guys. Hey, Midnight Sun is here. So, today is Thursday, and we're here on the Martine Show. We're going to be interviewing Midnight Sun, that's going to be with us tonight. Looking forward to speaking with her. And we're going to be question referencing herself and her brand, as well as many other things that she would choose to talk about. So, looking forward to all of your questions. And please be sure to welcome Miss Night Sun as soon as she gets on. For those of you who don't know, Tuesdays and Thursdays is when the Martine Show comes on at 8 p.m. EST. Hi, Miss Night Sun.
How's it going?
Oh my goodness. So happy to have you on.
I'm happy to be here. I'm like nervous, but I'm also super stoked to be here. So,
Don't be nervous. Just a regular girl chit chat, relax, you
uh,
know.
my
So we're
angel.
going to do fine. So how was your day today?
Boring. I dropped my guy off at the airport. He's gonna be gone till Sunday, so I have the apartment to myself.
Oh, okay. So you're home all day today?
Yeah, I didn't do anything. I put some videos out on Rizzle and
Uh-huh.
it's fun.
Okay, okay. Wow.
How about
So
you?
I'm good, thank God. Thank God. Feeling better, a little relieved with the current events and stuff. But
hmm
yeah, new start, new new beginning. Definitely looking forward to that.
Were you excited about the inauguration? Were you able to watch any of it?
I watched everything. I was super excited, super hyped. You know, it's a very historical time.
hmm
Made a big difference in our lives in general. It didn't matter to me who you were. If you were just a woman, it
Yeah,
it had a high impact, you know.
that was a
Um,
big thing for me. Yeah.
yeah, it was huge. Um, and it was very emotional also.
I know I cried when Kamala Harris was getting sworn as the VP. I had
Yeah,
tears coming down my
yeah,
face. I'm like, that's a woman. Let's go,
for
you know?
sure, for sure. I mean, you have to acknowledge it the way that it is. You know, I'm still wearing pearls, okay, to
Yeah,
acknowledge Chuck
yeah.
and pearls. I'll be wearing pearls as we go on throughout the year. That's my way
Mhm.
of honoring her for paving the way, you know,
Mhm.
and that is something that we always have to remember and just acknowledge and be appreciative for
Yeah,
that
for
she
sure.
did open that door for us. Um, and now the possibility is that you, your kids, your family can say to themselves, well, I can actually plan to become the vice
Right.
president or the president of the United States.
Exactly. Exactly. Just
You
hope to
know,
all the little kids out there because how many years has it been? Over 200 now? That has just been
absolutely,
mail, 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 mail. And it's like,
absolutely. You know, and it's a new beginning. It's a new beginning in the right direction. And
mhm.
I request for everybody to pray and meditate on all of this so that collectively we can achieve higher, and be in that arena of continuing to achieve because it's important and it's a collective effort. It's not just one person's effort. We all stand on somebody's shoulders. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
for sure.
So we just have to be open and appreciative to the possibilities and just keep that open. So I'm good about that. Let's see
Yeah.
where everybody else is before we actually get started. Oh, a lot of people are here. Okay. Twin Angels, welcome aboard. Ken, what's up, Ken?
Jasmine, and we got
Ronit,
Ronit. I can't see everybody.
Jatham. He is saying some big stuff already. Okay, he's talking about, before we get into anything, the Bumble IPO. Have you invested? Because that's what he's
No.
talking about. Apparently, you do know about it, according to him. So,
No, I really have no idea what he's talking about. And so when he tagged me on that on Instagram, I'm like, please don't ask this because I seriously have no clue about any of this stuff. I'm not in the stock market. That's his thing.
okay, so that's what's his big question. So I just wanted to go right into it because he's just so hype about it. And John
I
Cleveland,
did not.
hi.
Oh, that's my dad actually.
Hi,
So
Dad. Welcome
my
aboard.
parents are watching.
Okay, awesome, awesome. And we're going to have so many others coming through. Ken says that you're his favorite Rizzler.
Aw, thanks, Ken. I don't know why. I'm just being my weirdo self. So
And Jasmine is saying that he thinks he used to work for Bumble
no, I don't know where he's getting this. I don't even know
as a
what Bumble
marketing
is.
manager. He even had your title. That's crazy.
Marketing manager, please. My degree is in vocal performance. I am not anywhere near that sort of stuff.
Okay, so let's get started. You could introduce yourself and then we'll take it from there.
I am Miss Nightsun or Tia. I think I actually okay, stupid, really stupid story. I googled my like actual name just to see if anything would pop up. Like nothing pops up for my real name, but there's actually stuff that pops up for Miss Nightsun. It's just funny, like using a different moniker sort of thing. Anyway, so my real name is Tia. If you know me on Facebook, you'll know my real name. I'll keep it kind of under wraps here. But I don't know. I am a singer, musician, now sort of media. What is this called? I don't want
Content
to call it
creator, video
content creator.
creator.
That's what I'm looking for. Yeah. And yeah, I haven't done so much with the music because of the pandemic and stuff. Like, my parents actually just got me a piano. I made a video on Rizzle for it, an electric piano
Mm-hmm.
for Christmas. And I've always wanted to teach lessons, vocal lessons, piano lessons, even guitar lessons and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But obviously you can't do that with COVID. Like, how do you start
Yeah.
your own studio when there's no, like, nobody wants to come and do that in person and it's not
Now
safe.
everything is virtual. Yeah.
So, I'm hoping to do that. And yeah, I don't know what else to talk about. I'm so sorry.
No, don't worry. It's just the introduction part. So we do have Ricky in the house and Dwayne Hurt that just joined us. Welcome aboard, fellas. Okay, so I used to play piano, by the way, so we do have something in common. Yeah, from
How
the
long
time I
have you
was I started when I was like 7 or 8ish, and then I stayed playing until I was about like 15. And that
Okay.
was like pretty much it for me. I had a piano and all that. I liked it to a certain point, but certain parts of me was still shy about it because I like to play when nobody's around, like I'm just by
Yeah.
myself. And I hate it like when I was playing and people would come around and be like, "Oh my God, play this for us. Let's do this. Let's do that." And I'll just be like, "Forget it," and I just leave.
Yeah. I actually don't get stage fright. So that's been like an interesting thing in dealing with like the vocal performance and stuff. Like I'd be
Hmm.
backstage and everybody would be like, "Oh my God, I'm so nervous. I'm so nervous." And I'm just like, I literally don't get stage fright. I don't know what it is. And
Hmm.
like I've been playing piano since I was 5 and like I'd always just want to show off. Like even when I'd have family members and stuff coming over, I'd be like, "Let me play some piano." And
Hmm.
yeah, I did hate it though when I was younger. My parents had to drag my ass to piano lessons. I'm sure my dad can attest to this. And I hated it for like 3 or 4 years, and then I just fell in love with music. So,
It was funny. Like I didn't have stage fright. Like when I had to do my recitals, I was good.
mhm,
I was fine because my thing is this. I don't know. Like I didn't really know who was watching me. Like my family was there, but
mhm,
I mean, in the grand scale, I didn't know who was watching me, and I really didn't care. But when
yeah,
it's just in my house, and then you have family members are just like, play this, play that, and they just like focus on you. I just be like, nope, I'm not.
yeah.
So that was the issue. But
Mhm.
that's pretty cool though. Piano is very, very nice, I would say. It's relaxing, if you continue on with it. Um, it's always nice to know how to play an instrument. But the thing I wanted to ask you is Miss Night's Son is actually um, your I would say your stage name, right?
Let's say it's my content creator name.
Or contact creator name. Okay. So Weirdo, where did you get the inspiration for that? How did you start that? Because I'm so interested in that part.
I've okay. I've always just been kind of like out there and like theatrical in everything. Like that plays into the not having stage fright thing. Just, get out there, do your damn thing. And like my siblings would even teach or tease me. I don't think my sister's on here, but she would be like, Tia, you're so weird. You're so weird. I'm like, I used to take offense to it. And so I think now when I've gotten older, it's like, I'm going to take that moniker. I'm going to take what you're calling me a weirdo. I'm just going to own it. Like, I'm just going to be my
Yes.
original self and do what I want. And if people don't like it, they don't like it. But I guess people like it. So it's more about just like coming into my own, I think,
Mhm.
the whole weirdo moniker in a way.
Well, basically, what you did is that you owned your own power.
Hmm.
Like you created it into something so powerful that we recognize you as like Miss Weirdo,
Right.
or like the person that talks about everything weirdo. Like
Hmm.
you could even go and take that word and create like a whole theme, to a new definition to it and everything else. I think it's brilliant. And I had a feeling that it probably was something related to maybe people teasing you, but I wasn't 100% sure, but
Oh,
I
yeah.
love the fact that you took it and you reversed it and turned it into something so powerful for you.
Hmm. Yeah, and even being on like, because I was always on stage when I was younger and stuff too, and it's like there's not so many people, especially where I grew up. It was kind of a smaller school. There were only like, I think my graduating class only had like 170 or something like that.
Hmm.
Wasn't a very big school at all. And so like the people that were in like the musicals and the plays and on stage all the time were like the same people all the time. And it's just like, oh, those are the theater nerds. Those are the weirdos, you know? So it was just kind of you took offense to it when you were younger, but now I'm just like, you know what? Yes, I'm a big ass weirdo.
Wow. So just like I was saying on Tuesday's show with Gary, I was
Hmm.
saying that every time we were talking about you, and I did mention that every single time I saw your videos from the very first point, it's like I would either think that I saw you somewhere or like in a commercial or like in on comedy show or something.
No.
Because like even if I watch a video now, like where did she play? Like she is in something. Have you ever been in anything?
No.
Oh
No,
my
the most
God.
I've been is like on college stage for the most part. I was in several operas in college and um, operas, musicals, plays, whatever. But I performed in Carnegie Hall, but that was with the National
That's
Honors
huge.
Choir when I was in high school.
But still
But
though.
yeah, but I don't think I've been on anything that you would have seen. You might have
Okay.
when I was in New York, you might have seen me in the back of like the Today Show while they were filming, trying to get on camera or something stupid. But other than that, no.
I swear to you, your face is just like we've seen your face before. Seriously. Even if it was probably like a few moments, but the familiarity of just seeing you on video, it's like we kind of like know her from somewhere. There's a feedback coming in. I don't know where's this coming from. Is it your phone?
I
I
don't
know it's not
I don't
mine.
hear
I
it.
don't have
I don't hear it. I wonder if anybody else hears it. I don't know.
like somebody's kind of like talking over us for some reason. It's just so weird.
I'm the only one here, so I don't know.
I don't have anybody by me either. So it's like so freaky. Hey, you guys in the chat room, I don't know what y'all doing, but whatever it is, stop it.
So there's a comment here from my dad. It's like ask her about the singing "Kiss" by from a Rose on a Grave or whatever. Do you know that song? It's by Seal.
Uh-huh.
Apparently, my parents tell this story that when I was 2 years old, I was in the back seat and the radio was on, and it was playing that song, "Kissed by a Rose on the Grave," I think it's called.
Uh-huh.
And apparently at 2 years old, I knew every single word to that thing
Nice.
and just singing it in the back. And I think that's the moment that they were like, I wonder if she'll be like a performer when she gets older.
Hmm. So performing arts has always been part of you. Is it something that's
Yeah.
always been accepted by your family? Like they know that you're very artistic and everything, and they applaud you to be
Oh,
in
for
that.
sure.
Okay.
Yeah, like even when I was in high school, I used to do like three sports in high school. I did basketball, volleyball, and softball.
Mm-hmm.
And then like I started getting bigger roles and stuff, and
Mm-hmm.
I even had conversations with my parents like, hey, you know what? I kind of want to drop out of basketball or drop out of volleyball. I didn't drop out of softball. That was like my sport. But I need to
Mm-hmm.
drop out of these because I want to focus more on the art sort of thing. And then even me saying like, yeah, I want to go to college and I want to get a degree in music. They've always been super supportive of that. They've just questioned me like, well, what are you going to do with this? Is it going to actually go anywhere? And truth be
Mm-hmm.
told, it hasn't yet so far because especially with COVID, like I
Yeah.
can't teach lessons right now, and that's a
Yeah.
big thing of what I wanted to do. I wanted to open my own music studio.
Mm.
So yeah.
Well, definitely you still should keep that dream
Oh yeah, for
alive,
sure.
keep it going because there's definitely going to be an opening one way or the other coming through. Um, is there any way that you could actually implement, not maybe teaching, well, maybe you can virtually, not practically, but
Hmm.
let's say in terms of explaining what notes are, how to recognize notes, how to read notes, stuff like that.
I honestly just don't know how I would implement that. Like my teachers have always been super hands-on, like putting my hand on the piano, like this is how you hold your hand, or like putting their
Yeah,
hands like on my stomach to like show me, hey, push against my hand. This is how you take, a deep breath when you're singing.
right,
And
right.
I guess I didn't, I wasn't trained in that way, like virtually, so I wouldn't know how to
Okay.
train in that way, I guess.
Hmm.
So it hasn't even crossed my mind. That's probably
Hmm.
bad, but yeah.
Well, I mean, I think one of the best things to do is possibly reading books on music. And because, you get a lot of inspiration from reading, you know. I mean,
Hmm.
anybody who's a video creator, you should be reading. That's one thing I highly suggest everybody to do. If and take courses in whatever your passion is, because there's always some inspiration coming through whatever it is that you're reading. You guys are on YouTube. You guys can make numerous amount of videos from things that you read, and
Hmm.
they could tend to those are the videos you really want, because those type of videos will give you the length that you need, which give you the
Yeah.
watch time that you need. Okay,
Yeah.
and I'm speaking from experience, so that's one
Yeah.
thing I really suggest. um so reading on like anything music related that you're happy about. What's up, Gary? Would be something that I would look into. And then look on YouTube to see, in terms of music, what are people putting on there? What are they promoting? Like, what are they showing? What are they teaching and stuff? So for you to get like some sort of an idea and everything.
Hmm.
But music is wide open. It really is.
I'm
And
sorry,
you
say
have
that
a
again.
lot of people. I said music is wide open.
Oh yeah,
So,
yeah.
and you have some people that are kind of like creating music now from their computer, like for the
Oh yeah,
most part, you know?
yeah.
So,
I have I'm really into like writing music and stuff. I write a lot of my own stuff and like I have this really old computer. It's probably like 15 years old. No, is it? No. It's about 10 years old right now. And it doesn't even hook up to the internet anymore. But I have like a program on there that I record music on and like even just the other day, like I think yesterday I was even doing some work on it. I'm trying to write a song that's like hip hop based, but the
mhm,
thing is like the backing of it has my opera voice in it. Like I'm hitting like high notes and like staccato, like up and down. It actually
mhm,
sounds pretty cool. But like I'm not tech savvy enough to know like how to get my stuff out there. Like
okay,
I'm not good. at putting my finished pieces like out on the internet.
Mm. Talking about not being Miss Tech Savvy, well, when it comes to doing your video and those transitions, they come out like perfect as far as I'm concerned.
That's different though. That's like, oh, I just turned the camera off and on. Like any idiot could do that. I don't know.
Well, we're probably going to need you to get some lessons on how to do that. Okay. Because everybody can't do that. I mean, I'd be looking at your videos and I'd be like, okay. Wondering how she kind of like got it all done together. You know, and sometimes I wonder, like, you guys like tape every little increment and then put it all together.
Sorry, say that again?
I said, do you guys tape like every little increment and then put it all together, or you just do it via phone, or I don't know.
I just do it via phone. So like the transitions, like where like I'll be barefaced or just in my sweatpants or whatever, and then it'll just like click, and then it'll be full makeup, full everything. So I'll do that like early in the morning. I'll do the first part like early in the morning. I'll set up my tripod, set up my phone on it,
Mhm.
and click record, do that part, and then just leave my phone on there. And then when I decide to get ready and get all
Oh,
prettied
okay.
for the day,
Okay.
then just
Okay.
record again and make sure I'm like in the same position or whatever is when
Yeah.
I ended. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's all it is.
Well, it comes out so perfect. Like, you were in a studio getting it all done and all that stuff. I mean, you do a great job, on that. You did quite a few of them. There was one where you just bounce your foot up and then your shoe
Oh, and
like
then caught the
lifted up and you caught the shoe. And I was just like, get out of here.
No, I got the inspiration just from the song. I was like, boom, clap, and I was like, oh, we could do a transition to this. And then when it hits that like big bass, I'm like, yeah, we got to do something to that. So that's all it was.
That's so perfect. Oh my God. That's so perfect. I love those videos, and just to be on Rizzo, you do such a great. It's so funny. What is coming through this live
I know.
today? Do you
I
hear
just
it?
heard something. I just heard something weird. I don't
Somebody
know.
just spoke to us like, hello? Like, what?
There's like a random ghost on our video chat right now.
Yeah. What is this? And, I hate to like stop it and restart. It's annoying.
I mean, if we gotta do what we gotta do. I swear, there's nobody here. I'm literally alone in my
There's
apartment.
nobody. I'm the only one in this room right here. I know there's nobody right here, but it's just what? I've never had this. It is like aliens. I've never had this before. Wait, let me just see what I can do here. It is
We could
so
ask
nuts.
him if you want.
It's nuts. It is spooky, right? Oh my God.
Which one of you is hacking our thing right now? Like, come on.
No funny business, okay? We've been going on strong since August. Like, don't try to play now.
Yeah,
I
you
don't
guys
know.
have all had your interview with Martine. I want my time. Let's go. No.
Like, what? I don't know what that is. Like, it's kind of like you're on the phone and another conversation is kind of like overlapping and stuff.
Hmm.
But we're
Yeah,
just gonna continue on. They're gonna have to go. The echo is being caused by all the awesomeness of both of you talking. Instagram can't handle it. Probably so. I wouldn't be surprised for real.
I agree.
But they gotta do better. They gotta do better because they know from now on it's been Tuesdays and Thursdays, 8 p.m. EST. Hello, since
Mhm.
August.
Like, Instagram, get it together. This is the most important thing happening on these days. Let's go.
Exactly. Okay, we don't care about anything else. Oh my goodness. So let's say, how did you end up on Rizzle?
Really stupid week. Like, okay. No, it was a very dumb story. Like I like so lame. It's gonna make me sound so childish. I don't even care. I like claw machines, right? Like,
Yeah.
my dad, it's always been a big thing. Like, anytime we'd go to like a restaurant and there'd be a claw machine in the lobby, he'd always have to play and try to win for us. And I think it just
Yeah.
kind of carried on. Like, I love claw machines. So I found an app that was like online claw machines, and I
Yeah.
was doing it in order to get like plays for free. It was like you can do like different tasks, and one of the tasks was go on Rumble. It was Rumble at the time,
Yeah.
and download your first video. And I was like,
Uh,
okay, let's just do it. I think the very first video, it's deleted now or archived because you can't
yeah.
really delete it. Was just me like holding the phone up to my TV, like just trying to get the free plays on this app. And then like I went back into the Rumble app and I was like, this is actually pretty cool. And like people seemed really supportive, and it was an interesting way to like for social media to function, how like you actually have to respond in a video to somebody and it's not just comments, so really you can't get like trolls and stuff. And then
Hmm.
so I just started, my very first videos was just like asking random questions, and
Hmm.
that's how I got started on Rizzo, literally through an online claw machine app. So
And you just wanted to drop a video, so you took a clip of your TV. That was the
really
video, and that's it.
lame. Yes.
Oh my God.
I don't know how anybody else discovered it. Like I'm never good at finding new apps. Like I feel like it has to show up in like a advertisement or something. Like how did you find Rizzle or Rumble?
It's this young lady that I was following, and I watched one of her videos on YouTube, and oh my God, that noise is crazy. And
Yep.
when I watched her video on YouTube, she mentioned Rizzo, and she talked about like it's kind of like a smaller type of YouTube and stuff like that. And I was like, okay, let me check it out, and that's how I ended up on Rizzo. You know. And I liked her videos at the time I was following her. I liked her videos and everything. So I was like, if she's doing it, why don't I check it out and just see how it is? And I just because she was doing it, then I was like, okay, let me try it out and see.
Yeah.
And it worked out. And that was it.
Do you remember the first video you posted?
Yeah, it was actually a video thanking her for mentioning it in her YouTube video. That was the very first video. I mentioned her to thank her, and that was it. And then I just took it away from there. Oh my
Your first
goodness.
video been
These people, I don't know if we're like on a two-way radio, walkie-talkie thing, or it's just the weirdest thing ever.
I don't know.
Now that I said that, they stopped.
It's like
Stop.
we're being like creeped on by some like spies or something. They're just like,
Yeah, there's some sort of interference. There's some sort of interference. I just don't understand. I've never had that before. So it's like beyond me at this point.
yeah, FBI, stop it.
Wrong spot. They're not here. Whoever they're just not here.
We're clearly terrorists or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Wrong way. Oh my goodness. Wow. So yeah, so that's how I ended up on Rizzo. The young lady, she mentioned it, and I was just like, all right, let me check it out. So first video, I thanked her for it, and that was it. And I just took it away from there. I don't even remember what my second video was. But I just knew that after that first video, I was like, oh my God, I gotta get to 30 now. 29 to go.
Yeah. When Rizzo was more like,
Yeah.
when you joined, was it, I don't even remember what it used to be. It was like 3 videos a day or something in order to get the premium status.
Yeah, like 3 to 5 if I'm not mistaken, for you to get like the monetizing thing and be sponsored and all of that, which was cool for a certain point, but
I was honestly able to do that for like a couple months, and then I was just like, you know what, this is too much. Like,
I was
I don't
doing
know
it
how
for a
people
few
do that.
months straight. I really was, you know, in between everything that I was doing, work and all that. I was like really writing videos, and especially like when it came to responses, and people were very active back then. So it was just
Yeah,
racking up quickly,
right, right.
you know. So it worked out. But now it's pretty much different. I mean, we're all involved in so many different things that we're doing, so it's not as it's not the way that it used to be, but you can still utilize it for the marketing or whatever it is that you want to do. By all means, still encourage people to use it.
Hmm.
Why are they trying to speak over me? Once
Me?
I stop speaking, they stop. These people
Oh,
in the
I
background.
do. I was like, I'm not doing anything. I'm
Tell
just
me,
agreeing.
you know
Like,
what?
no.
No. I think it's probably because maybe with the marketing, when I did put you out there, I said she's gonna talk about the weird brand, you know?
Yeah.
And everybody probably was like, oh my God, weirdo. We don't know what that is. Let's just like come through. So who knows? I
It's
don't
not even a
know. It is
brand.
so
I
weird.
oh, it's not even a brand. Like, I brand
Huh?
myself. Whatever.
Well, it's part of your brand. Miss Night Sun is your brand because that's what you're recognized on social media. So that is your brand. And
True.
then Weirdo is basically an implementation of your brand, you know,
Yeah,
and because you created it and it's derived from Miss Night Sun. So it's definitely part of your brand.
that's true.
If
I
you
didn't
never thought about it, it is. And
I didn't think about it that way. I did it. So
you need to start thinking about it that way so that you could actually like profit from it because it's yours, copyrighted and all, you know.
I
Yeah,
don't even know if it's just the word weirdo. I don't even know if that's like copyrightable.
a Weirdo by Miss Night Sun. Who else has
True.
that?
That, that's very true. That's a good point.
you know, and you can do your YouTube with that. You know what I mean? Hey, let me tell you, those are the type of things that people just go out of nowhere and they're like, oh, let me just put it together. Next thing you know, like a year or two after, even maybe more, it's a big hit. And you're like, wow, that was just a thought. Well, it's a thought for everybody, you know? It's a thought for everybody. So you might as well. And
Yeah.
Gary says he's a proud weirdo. Yeah. I mean, all of us have a weirdo part of us, one
Yeah.
or the other. I think we all can identify.
What'd you say?
I said we all can identify. We all have a weirdo part
Oh
of
yeah,
us.
for sure. And like I feel like it's more about like breaking out of your shell, breaking out of like this box that
Yeah.
society in general puts you in. Like, why can't you just dance down the freaking aisles of a grocery store to the music in your head? You know, like what's putting us on reserve of like putting ourselves out there like that? So I think that's more of like the weirdo, like just being okay being yourself, you know?
Hmm. That's awesome. So, what does your husband think about the whole weirdo thing?
Oh, he's supportive of it. He's not so much on social media, and like
Hmm.
he's more discreet on social media, I think, just because his job in the military is like,
Absolutely. You got to be
yeah,
discreet. Hmm.
yeah. And so he doesn't even like post on Facebook anymore. He has an Instagram. He doesn't even look at it. He doesn't have any
Yeah.
pictures on his Instagram, so there's not really a point. I think it's just to
Yeah.
support me. The fact that
No,
he
I
has
have
one.
family in the military too, and it's the same way, you know.
Mhm.
And yeah, whether you're in the military or you're in whatever branch of law enforcement,
Right.
that's just the way that it is. You have to be discreet. So I do understand that.
Gary, I was thinking of making like a shirt or said like an arrow or something pointing up like this person's a weirdo or just like hashtag weirdo squad. I thought that would be cool, but like I don't want to make a t-shirt and like nobody wants it. I'm like, I don't
Girl, let me
know.
tell you something. Let me tell you something. Don't think about anybody, first of all, not wanting your stuff. Okay. Whether you
Mhm.
have one or two people, you still going to have people who are going to want your stuff. you already have a crowd of people on this live that are interested in you putting up merch. So those are your
Hmm.
people. You know what I mean?
Right.
Think about it. There are people who will buy that just because it says
That's,
weird, whatever
yeah.
it is, but weirdo. I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe this. No, I didn't think about that. I should have think about that. I'm getting it. That is the way it is. There's a
Yeah.
lot of t-shirts out there that have like stuff and you look at them like, oh my God. And then you're like, oh, let me get that. I'll support that.
Hmm.
Why? Because you're just so fascinated that the fact that somebody thought about it.
Yeah, I didn't even think about it like that. Like, I have a pair of earrings that I got from. Do you remember Ivy Martinez? She was on Rizzle Rumble a while ago. But anyway, she had an Etsy shop, and I have these earrings now that just say Weirdo on them. And like, I
Mm-hmm.
get so many compliments going out, like wearing
You
those. They're like,
should.
"Oh my God, I love earrings, I love earrings," and I'm like, yeah, I guess maybe I could capitalize on the whole weirdo thing because it's
You
really,
can. You can.
yeah,
Like I said, that's your brand. That is your
right,
brand. If you take
right,
the time to read and study anything related to social media marketing, social media branding, this is all that we discuss here on the show all the time. Hi, Kate, and stuff. So you might as well like pick up on that. Because let me tell you something. This is your creation. If you don't protect it,
yeah,
somebody else is going to pick it up and then
that's very,
utilize it.
that's
And
very true too.
and you're going to be hurt. You're going to be really hurt because you've been putting work into that for a long time. And let me tell you, people love to snatch stuff, especially when they see the value in your brand. I've
Yeah,
been, I know, okay?
does
People
it happen?
love it. Yes, it has happened to me before, with Faces of Beauty and Fry Boys, to the point
Hmm.
that I went to court. And I have all of my paperwork. My stuff is copyrighted. So you could imagine, okay? And
Hmm.
that was because they saw that I was constantly having interviews after interviews. People were nominating me for awards, and I was winning. I got to become award-winning author twice, okay, out of nowhere. You know what I mean? Just because of my story impacted so many different women. So many women resonated with my story and was just like, I thank you so much for sharing. You uplifted me. And people were like, wow. And they try to steal it,
That's
but if you have your paperwork together, you have your stuff put together, get a lawyer to fight it. You have a lawyer fight it, and that's it.
hmm.
Because your brand is your brand, and that's
Yeah.
it.
I
So
guess
don't sleep on that.
I never even thought of it like that. Like,
Yeah, it's important. Trust me, it is important. And I say this all the time. That's why like this show is all about self-awareness, self-development, and everything social, because it's all about protecting yourself. It's all about protecting your brand. It's all about, marketing yourself, promoting yourself, but doing it the right way too, because let me tell you, especially on social media now, so many people are on social media. And a lot of people some people are super creative, but they're creative with limitations. And there are some people who are at a point where they have like brain farts, they're stuck. And
mhm.
if they see you're constantly putting out and you're going with it and you're not really adhering to what you're doing, if they're like a tidbit more, have a little tidbit more clarity than you do, trust me, they're gonna snatch that. They're gonna snatch that. If you sleeping, they're gonna snatch it.
True.
You know, you
Gary
know.
says Date Days is his brand, and it's true. When I think Gary, I think Date Days. So I guess,
Absolutely. It's a
right,
brand. GQ, those people entertainment, GQ of those people, that's a brand.
those people.
And all of
Those
that
people.
stuff. Okay.
Right.
We all have brands out there. My first brand is Faces of Uterine Fibroids. My second brand is Author Martine Mayas. Wherever you turn, you either going to find one of them one way or the other somewhere, and you know that it's related to me. You
Right.
know,
Right. Right. Yeah.
that's it. You know,
Thank you for giving me that to think about because you're definitely
you're so
right.
welcome. And this is what this show is all about, and I love it.
Right.
I love
Yeah.
it. you know, I really love it. The fact that we could help each other in that particular way and
Mhm.
stuff. And it's so important. It's really important. Like you guys have no idea, you know. Maybe because I've been hit with it before, and you know, when you're hit with something is a different ball game. But thank God, like I had my P's and Q's together. Because other than
Yeah.
that, I would have been like in deep trouble. You know, I mean, think about it. I have a book. It's published. I'm on Amazon, and because I have a book, it's already copyrighted. Okay, and you're still
Mhm.
gonna take my whole idea and try to like create it as your own, like the whole exact name.
Right.
Uh,
Yeah.
okay, and
Yeah.
by that time, I was already an award-winning author twice.
Hmm.
Because you saw all that clout, all that show, you're like, oh, let me snatch that. No, you can't do that. You know,
Yeah.
that's like stealing your own. Like somebody comes and tries to steal your baby. No, you're gonna be furious. Like you're
Right.
taking
Very true.
away what's mine. That
Hmm.
doesn't make sense. Yeah, but people do that. People do that. You'd be
Yeah.
surprised. Just like for instance, if you have something that like notice like me on my author Martine Mayas handle for Instagram, you will not see me post if I'm posting like a picture related thing, it always has my name on there. Like,
Yeah.
and I make sure that whatever it is that I have on there, always I not only identifies me, but you're only gonna see it on my page. Like you're not gonna see a duplicate of something that I took somewhere else to put it on my
Hmm.
page. And I do it purposely because I don't want to be duplicatable. You get what I'm
Right.
saying? I'm not taking anybody's memes or anything or whatever. You know what I mean? I'll make sure what I take is specific to me, and you see it all coordinates with the colors and all that stuff. And then I put it on my page. There's a specific reason for that because when you're thinking branding, you can't be utilizing everything that everybody else is doing. You know, because it's
Hmm.
very easy to go on Pinterest and copy a photo and be like, oh, you want to copy some words or whatever and put it on Instagram. Okay, those are for people who don't know what they're doing, pretty much. But if you know what
Right.
you're doing, you know what your brand is all about, you know what your purpose is, you got it niched down to what you're doing, you pretty much want to make sure that every piece of item always represents you and the colors are always the same. So when they see that item, whatever it is, they know it belongs to you. And
Hmm.
that's it.
Hmm.
Like
Yeah.
create that uniformity.
Yeah. Makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. What is Gary saying? If you need any info on printing on demand. Yeah, printing on demand is for like t-shirts and all that stuff. You could go to I do Teespring for print on demand, where I do like my t-shirt shop from there. There's a
Hmm.
lot of other ones. Cafe Press, there's a whole bunch of them. I think GQ
Yeah.
has another one that he uses. What's up, Mitch? Thank you for joining us.
Hi.
So do you guys have any questions for Miss Night Sun? We're here talking about branding and we're talking about her brands and hoping that she brands herself with her brand.
Yeah.
Or do you guys have anything to add to that?
Or even anything about, I don't know if you want to talk about music. I'm all for talking about music.
Yes.
You know what it's like being in a corset trying to sing opera? I'll tell you about that. Just let me know.
So what age did you start singing?
I've sang forever, like I told you about the 2-year-old. But when I actually started taking like professional lessons, I think I was 12. So what is that? 15 years now.
15 years. Wow, that's nice. That's nice. Gary wants to know what's your favorite musical?
Wicked, by far. That's the story of. Do you know what Wicked is, by any chance?
Mm-mm. I think I've
No.
seen it. I don't know. Like I've seen it written, but I don't know exactly what it is.
That is the story of like the Wicked Witch of the West, but like
Oh,
before
Wicked. Okay,
Wizard of
I
Oz
got you.
happened. Yeah.
Yeah,
Ooh,
nice,
just kicked
nice.
my tripod. I'm sorry.
And you stated that you did live in New York at one point, right? How long ago was
I didn't
that?
live there. I didn't live there. I performed in there.
Oh, okay.
Hmm. I traveled there with my mom and my grandma. I was only in high school at the time, so um, I traveled. My grandma actually paid for it. Really grateful for that one. But traveled there. I was there for like a week and a half, and we performed in Carnegie Hall with like the National Honors Choir, which was something I had to send in like an audition tape and everything. And we even went to like a church so I could get like good acoustics on the recording of me singing an opera piece. And yeah, it sucks though, because when I actually was there and I went to perform in Carnegie Hall, I got strep throat that week. So I was during like the beginning rehearsals and stuff. It was all I was lip syncing. I didn't want them to know that I had strep throat. So
Oh
because
my
like I wanted
God.
to be there so bad.
Oh my goodness. Well,
Yeah,
having the opportunity to perform at Carnegie Hall is huge. You know, just to be able to put that on your resume and say that you did that, that's phenomenal already, because that's top notch. You know,
that place beautiful. Like it reminds me
absolutely.
of like an old cathedral inside, like an old like Italian cathedral. Like it's so pretty. And there's like I've never sang in a place so big. It's like you got your main like audience there, and then there's like box seats, and then there's like several tiers on up, and
Yes,
it's
yes.
intimidating a little bit, but it was one of the best experiences of my life.
I've been there a few times, and it's a very nice place to go to. Very, very classy, very up there, you know. So the fact that you performed there, even if it was with your class, but that's huge. That's huge. That's big. That's really nice. Hi, Mr. Ranch Turner. Oh my goodness, Mr. Ranch Turner's with us. Thank you for supporting Midnight Sun. I don't know what happened to your mic. It's so weird, but it's kind of like echoing now. It's different from before.
Let me try something. I wonder if I put headphones in, if it'll try something different.
Much
Can you hear
better.
me?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
much
We'll just
better.
do it that way. I'm sorry. Maybe it was me having the ghost echoes this entire time. I don't know.
It doesn't even matter. We're still running strong. That's all that
Yeah.
matters. Oh my goodness. It's so weird. Like, when you're doing this and it's live and then you start to have these technical difficulties out of nowhere, and it's not like you
Mm,
had them before, you're like, what on earth is going on? It's not like I could
yeah.
call my technician. So
Oh,
you guys have
somebody asked,
what did they say?
somebody asked what my favorite song was. I don't remember. I have to scroll up. Oh, Dwayne Hurt. What's my favorite
Yeah.
song? You can't ask a musician what their favorite song is. That's mean. That's just cool. I couldn't tell you what my favorite
That's
song is
kind of
because I
asking
have
like that's like kind of asking like a DJ what your favorite song. What do you like to play all the time? What song you like to play? Like
exactly like all of them. I don't know. Like you ask me a favorite song. Are we talking opera? Are we talking rock? Are we talking top 40? Like
which category? The genre, please.
right, right. Or even like just narrow it down to the band and I'll give you my favorite. Like I can't tell you. I got
Exactly.
hundreds. Joseph Harms, I use a pop filter when I'm recording my music, yes. It actually really helps. You can hear the difference in the recordings with the like the they call them plosive sounds. So like the ones where like um I'm getting like opera, sorry, where like air builds up behind your lips and it like releases. So like a P or a B where like the spurt of air is coming through. So
Hmm.
yeah, you can definitely notice a difference. There's a big difference when you're doing that.
Mm. Now, have you ever thought about possibly composing your own music and maybe like putting them out there? Do you have all your own
I
music?
I I do. I have so many original pieces. I just haven't had the means of putting them out there, I guess, because it's especially I have this old computer. Like I said, it doesn't hook up to the internet, and like I don't have a computer other than that. And so it's like even if I wanted to take it on a jump drive or something, I'd probably have to, I don't know, maybe like fly to my parents and do it from their house. I
Mm,
don't know.
mm. Joseph is saying he wants to get one. I guess that's the pop filter for
Hmm.
recording commentaries. And Mr. Wrench Turner is saying that, oh, you have a good voice. Sounds like you don't use auto tune.
No, I've
That's a
never used
compliment.
auto-tune.
That's a
That's a
compliment.
compliment. Thank you. No, I have an Android. That's all I got. And then I have a very, very, very old Mac computer that I do the recordings on. So
Hmm.
I'm just not up with the times, is what it is.
Neither really with me. I mean, I'm on Android too, and
Hmm.
everything worked out with me on Android. I don't have an issue
Yeah,
at all.
I've downloaded like several apps on my Android phone just to shoot like Rizzle videos. Like there's certain like transitions and stuff. That's
Hmm.
yeah. I'm sorry.
I do my
Android.
YouTube from my Android phone.
Yeah.
I do YouTube from my phone. I do the lives here from my phone.
Hmm.
So,
Yeah,
yeah.
I started a YouTube channel back in high school. I thought like, oh yeah, this would be great. And then I shot like two videos, original songs that I think I wrote in middle school. So please don't go looking for it. You probably won't find it anyways. But I kind of want to do like covers of songs even, and then once I have a following, put my own music out there, you know? Like
Hmm.
nobody's gonna follow you. It's like, oh, what's this song? I've never heard this song before. Why would I care? It's more like you have to build up your repertoire first and then put
Yeah.
out your own music.
Yeah. When it comes to music and all that, I do understand that totally. But do you have plans to possibly bring your brand to YouTube in terms of the same way you exposed it on
Yeah.
Rizzle?
I honestly haven't put thought into it.
Mhm.
I probably should though. Like every person I talk to on Rizzle and like Instagram, it's like they have a YouTube and I just don't. And so I feel like I'm a little behind in that
You're like, I
aspect. And
want
it
one. Give me one,
right? No, but then it also just feels a little daunting. It's like, where do I
Well,
even
let me tell
start?
you something. Let me tell you something, okay? Like I said before on the live last week this week with Gary, YouTube is an industry by itself, okay?
Right.
So if you see a lot of people have it, that doesn't necessarily mean that they're making it. They just have it,
True. That's true.
okay? That's number one. Number
Hmm.
two, when you do have it, you want to make sure it's working, that you're actually really producing. And it takes a lot. There's a lot of stuff that you have to learn. So, I mean, I would suggest everybody to get on with it, but to do it correctly is going to take something. It's going to take some learning, and it's going to
Right.
take time, and everything. And it's funny. Like a lot of people think that they could just take their videos from wherever and just go put it on YouTube, like it's gonna fly. No, YouTube is just like the
Right.
reverse
It's totally
of that.
different content.
You
Hmm.
know, YouTube wants you to put things that are basically YouTube sustainable. That doesn't mean that it's okay in other places. You get what I'm saying? YouTube
Hmm.
is very specific, and you got to study what that's all about first for your brand. For
Right.
your niche, for your purpose, what that's all about. That's something you have to decipher first. Once you get that, then you get it rolling. It takes something, but it's worth it. So
Hmm.
I suggest you do it, but
Yeah. I know. I gotta
gonna
kick
take
my own ass
something.
into gear on that. I really do.
Yeah, yeah. Um, what is Joseph saying? It's a newer site
Uh,
like YouTube. What's
a
Odyssey?
site called Odyssey. I haven't heard
Is
of
it
it. I'm
is it
not
a
sure.
short video app? Because now they got multitude of short video apps out there because they're all competing against each other. You know, yeah, they
They're
got
trying to fight
multitude.
with
I mean,
TikTok.
just like YouTube has a lot of competitors. They have Vimeo and a whole bunch of other ones. It depends on how you use it. I mean, some people use them together because there's a specific reason. Like there are some people that I watch on YouTube, and they'll have whatever they do on YouTube. And then within that video at the end, they're like, well, if you want to see the extended version, you can go
Mm.
to Vimeo and click the link in the description box, and then that's how they get people to cross over to go to their Vimeo or other account wherever they have elsewhere. And normally that video to obtain it is a paid video. You got to pay
Oh,
to get the extended version, because it's
right.
probably something extra that you need that they're not saying on YouTube that you're going to get it in the other place, but you got to pay for it. That's how they make their money, But Joseph is saying Odyssey pays a site digital currency you can use to boost your posts. So Odyssey
So,
pays somebody to boost your posts, or you can boost the posts on Odyssey
so the
because
digital currency, is it like, do you earn it with the views you have and then you can boost your other posts, or is it you have to pay to boost your posts, I guess, is my
or is it
question.
is it using digital currency like bitcoins
Right.
just to pay?
I don't I don't know.
It could be. You
I'm
gain
sure
their
he'll tell
digital
us eventually.
currency by commenting. Okay, so
Inviting
basically
other people.
it's kind of like Twitch, I would say, so to speak.
Hmm.
You know, some way, somehow. I think it's kind of like Twitch. You gain their digital currency by commenting, inviting others, sharing videos. I
And
mean, now there,
watching.
like I said, there are so many different video apps right now, and those apps have possibilities of being monetized also. So, once you get on there, you could like work your way through however you want, but you just got to know where you want to be because right now they have too many choices out there.
Yeah. Apparently I would do awesome on Twitch, in Gary's opinion.
Yeah, I mean Gary
I
is
know
is, is a Twitch
he's
guy,
good on
so he
Twitch.
knows.
I know.
Yeah.
He has
I have
his
a Twitch account. I have not started, because I don't have the time to tell you the truth, and I really don't know what I would do on there yet. You know.
yeah. I just feel like Weirdo is so broad. Like, how do you bring it to Twitch? Like I can do that in like 1 minute videos of just being myself or doing stupid skits or transitions and stuff, but I guess I would have to think about how to bring that to Twitch, you know?
Yeah, because those are live. Those are live.
Hmm.
You know what? You know what I would do? I would go on Google and put in the word weirdo and see what comes up.
I have. I it's not much. I mean, it's just such a common word, so it's not really branded anywhere that I've noticed.
You know. But
But
imagine if it's not branded anywhere, imagine you come out and brand it. That's what I'm talking about.
yeah,
That's what I'm talking about. You see, you just said it yourself. It's not
I
branded
know.
anywhere.
I'm like
So
trying to convince myself apparently.
ding, 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 ding. That's your opportunity right there.
Hmm.
It's wide open field, girlfriend.
Joseph says to change the spelling.
You can, I think.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, the I, you could make it a Y, maybe. I don't know.
Do Weirdo with two V's instead of a W.
I don't know, but that's something to play with. That is something you could play
Yeah.
with. You could write it the right way and then write so many different versions of it, like up to, I don't know, you get to 10 or 20 or whatever, and then see the one that you like best.
Mm.
Hi, Mr. Brian Blaze. You
Hi.
know, I think that's something that is, you got something to work on here. That's
Hmm.
dope. I'm excited about it myself. Like, it's not even my brand, but I
I'll
just
try.
love this type of stuff.
I'll try. I'll try. I'll try. Like you've kind of convinced me. Like I'm
Look
gonna
what
try.
Joseph did. Look what Joseph did. I think that's good.
Weirdo.
Or you could just still say weirdo, but you just write it like that.
Right. Right.
I think that's dope. You know, I think that's pretty nice. Just brainstorm on it. You just
Hmm.
never know. You know. And then that could be Weirdo by Miss Night Sun. We definitely know it's yours.
Yeah. I don't think anybody has my moniker name thing. So
Miss Night. Yeah, how did you come up with Miss Night Sun? Because today I was thinking, I was like, I'm gonna interview her, and she's the night and the sun together. That's like darkness and light together. Have you
it's
ever thought about
honestly
that?
not, it's not that impressive, to be honest.
It is
And
impressive, but it's
and
how you
no, because
personify it.
okay, well, see, I've kind of made it my own now, but how I actually came up with it,
Uh-huh.
also a freaking embarrassing story.
Oh Lord.
I used to play World of Warcraft.
Uh-huh.
I still think it's an awesome game, but I had a character on there, and I was like, my favorite animal is owl. So my first character was named like Night Owl, and I'm like,
Uh-huh.
that's boring. That's really boring. And I'm like, what about the moon? What's another word for the moon? It's like a night sun. Oh my god, it's bad. And I just kind of took it. It's like my gaming tag and everything. And no, it's my brand apparently.
I like it. I really like it. I think it's lovely. But it's to me, I thought it was so brilliant. I was just like, how did she connect the night and the sun together? Like, I didn't, I just
My
didn't,
13-year-old self was apparently impressive.
because to me, figuratively speaking, I was saying, okay, so she connected the night and the sun together. So I guess she was connecting her dark side to her light side, like dark and light, like energy or something like that. I don't
No, it's
know.
okay.
But that was what was coming up for me. And I was like, I gotta ask her because I thought that was
Yeah,
brilliant.
yeah. I actually, because it was just night sun for a while. Sorry, my dog's whining. I had to bring her up here.
Okay.
No, but it was just night sun for a while, and then I looked, and there were other like social media. Like when I started to think, okay, maybe I want to make this like my social media sort of thing. I was looking, and there was other people that had night sun or like night sun and a number, and so I was like, okay, let's try Miss Night Sun, and that's kind of where that came from because nobody had Miss Night Sun. I looked everywhere, so like I'm the only one with that, gratefully.
Well, I think weirdos and somebody wrote weirdos in a way that I thought was brilliant here too. Oh yeah, the way GQ has it here,
GQ.
double
That does
R
look good,
with
actually.
DOZ at the end. That weirdos by Miss Night Sun. That's your brand.
Yeah.
That's your brand. I think you coming on to something for real.
And then if I make it really big, I'm gonna look back and be like, I'm gonna quote Miss Martine Mayas, be like, she helped me find my brand.
Hey, no problem at all. You know what I mean? This is what we do. This is what we're here for. You
Hmm.
know, I mean, it's the same thing with me. Like when I came up with Faces of Uterine Fibroids, like I didn't really just come up with it on my own. I remember I was in recovery from surgery, and I just woke up. You know, I just woke up and the thought was like, wow, you're a face of uterine fibroids. You just went through this whole thing and you
Hmm.
represent the face of that. And then I remember I looked in the mirror and I was like, that could be an affirmation. Like, what? I was like, God, like, what are you doing to me? Because I was not in the mode for anything at all. Like, I was just like,
Yeah.
give me a break. Okay. But it's funny though, with me, when things like that come to me, it'll come the first time and then it'll come another time and another time. And it's like it's haunting me. So I'm
Right.
like, oh my God. So that's when I said to myself, while I was in recovery, because I was in 3 months, healing recovery, I actually wrote down everything that I needed while I was in recovery in terms of putting the
Hmm.
book together. So by the time
Right.
I stepped out, I connected with everybody I need to connect with. And then we started putting the work together to get the book.
Yeah.
But all the
No, it's really cool.
inspiration came through while I was in recovery, you know.
Right.
Then I just wrote down, I just like wrote everything down and that was it. So those are the
Yeah.
way things come through. And it stayed that
Hmm.
way, you know.
Yeah.
So I think you got something cooking there. You
I'll
definitely
cook
got
it a
something.
little longer. That was so lame. I'm sorry.
You definitely got something cooking there, and I think it's gonna be something really great for you. So, what else do you guys have that you want to ask Miss Night Sun? Now that we know the story behind her alias, Miss Night Sun. Okay. Now that we
However
know
lame it may be.
now that we know about the whole weirdos thing, and then now I think I like the way like GQ wrote it though.
Yeah,
WEIRRDOZ. That's dope.
yeah, it
That's
is pretty
real
cool.
dope. I mean, you could have a t-shirt line with weirdos written on it like that.
Yeah, I
You know?
gotta. I'll come up with like a logo or something. I think that'd be pretty cool.
That too. But you know what? I love your logo that you have on Instagram and the colors. That
Oh,
that
like
green,
the
yeah,
green.
that background that you have there is so nice. That you
Yeah,
have going with your photo.
I took it there. I don't even remember what that app is called, but there's an app in the Google Play Store for Android that's kind of like Photoshop. And I just kind of took it and I kind of like cartoonized myself. I added like black lines, on your like high points or whatever on your face and
Hmm.
on your body, and then added like the circle, the rings, and then like the drips hanging off. And I just thought it was cool.
Hmm. Okay, Joseph, no problem. He has to go to
Bye.
sleep for work. Another thing that I love that you do on Rizzle is how you mark your face with a whole bunch of words and you
Oh yeah,
pretty
I know
much
what you're talking about.
go into an act. And it's so weird though, because there's a friend of mine who did a photo shoot and she had markings on her face just like that. But for her, it was to promote um, abuse and hurt, like past pain.
Mm.
Everything that she went through in her life was written down. And that's how she basically showed that she surpassed that, you know,
Oh yeah,
and she did a
that
photo shoot
was
with that. So I want to know,
that was
like, what's
definitely.
your version?
Sorry, you want to know what? I didn't catch that.
I want to know what's your version of that. Like, what do you
Yeah,
promote?
so I did this series on Rizzo, like Journey to Self-Love, I think is what I
Okay.
called it. And I
Yes.
actually did it for a contest, but I also just thought it's such a simple sort of concept, and everybody was being so elaborate. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna mark my body with words or names and stuff that I've been called before, and then like, how powerful would it be to then erase that myself, erase it from my own body, and replace it with words that I should better associate with myself, or that I want to empower, like want to embody, I guess is the word. And in it, I'm also telling stories that actually happened to me. So I
Mhm.
don't know if you remember any of them. We can get into it if you want. It's just some are
This is your time,
pretty
girl.
painful memories.
It's your time. You tell us.
Yeah. Yeah, GQ, the self-love series. But yeah, so I told stories about me being in a past abusive relationship, told
Okay.
stories of empowerment of me coming out of that and how getting out of that, and then also like even stupid like playground stories. Like there's this one I told where my brother had this lunchbox that was SpongeBob, and I met up with him because he was in elementary school. I was in middle school at the time, and I met up with him to walk home, and I noticed these girls were like taking it away from him and like throwing it back and forth and teasing him in elementary school for having a SpongeBob lunchbox. And I
Um,
actually like ran over and ripped it out of these like high schoolers' hands and started like yelling and screaming at them, and they were like terrified. And so I was just trying with that series to tell stories like that have happened in my own life, to try to maybe empower others, and
mhm.
share empowering stories of my own. So,
So basically, you know what you just did right now, and I
mm,
know you're gonna be laughing.
yeah, probably.
What you just did right now through explaining to us what that series was all about self-love. You just basically put out your YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's your YouTube channel. What you need to do is talk about self-love like you do on Rizzle, but before you actually create those videos, you're gonna go on Google or YouTube and put in the word self-love. Put self-love, self-love journey, whatever, self-love,
Hmm.
and see what comes up. Those titles are gonna be the titles that you're gonna utilize for your videos.
Yeah.
And there
Yep.
goes your channel. Self-love series presented by under the brand of Weirdo by Miss Night Sun.
Yeah. See, the thing is, I would have to make that more of like a separate like entity within a YouTube channel because I don't know if I could do a whole just one channel based on all of that. I don't
Self-love,
know.
self-love is never ending. There's so many different
True.
versions of self-love. Like my thing is here is about self-love, but I break it down to the niche where it's all about self-awareness, self-development, and everything social. But it's self-love
Right.
because I'm helping everybody find themselves by us just
Hmm.
being in conversation.
Hmm.
And you're finding yourself through social media. You get what I'm saying? Because we're all on social media anyway,
Yeah.
you know?
I'm sorry. I was just looking at what Reg Turner said.
If Boston Bridges can sponsor it, yeah, you know? He
I
has
don't know where Boston Bridges went, but my mind went dirty with
Boston
that.
Bridges is his
So,
brand. That's
oh,
his
it is. Okay.
merchandise brand,
I
you
was
know?
I was thinking like dirty lotion. My mind went bad. I'm sorry.
No! Oh my God. Where are you at, girl? Oh my goodness. I mean, those are the things that you need to implement and think about. Like it's so
Hmm.
simple. Like this whole social media thing, and one thing I learned about it being on this journey is that it's a lot simpler than we think. It really is.
Yeah.
And there are people utilizing social media as their day-to-day job. We can
Yeah,
actually
for
do
sure.
the same thing, you know,
Hmm.
and create our own income as we move forward. But we have to niche down and know exactly what we're doing and how to do it in order to get there. That's the only
Hmm.
difference between where we are and where they are. You know,
Right.
it's really a thin line. You know, it's really a thin line. It's not we're not that far off. You know what I'm
No.
saying? But
Hmm.
the strategy part is what's kind of like missing. And I think that's something that we just need to focus on. So pretty
Hmm.
much, I mean, self-love is a big industry, you know. GQ taught 32, love self-lotion.
See, I'm not the only one. I'm not the only one with a dirty mind here.
Let me Google love self here so exactly so I can see exactly where your dirty
I don't
mind's at.
I don't know if you want to Google self-love lotion. I feel like you're gonna get some
No, like
bad imagery coming up.
his thing is love self lotion. So let me see.
I don't know.
It's love yourself lotion. Like let's see what comes up. I mean, it's nothing but just lotion that comes up. They have self tanning, love yourself body lotion, all natural. You know, top quality self lotion online. You know, you know, it's just yeah, tanning stuff. But that's just the name of the lotion that you guys are cracking me up. I can't. All right, now let's see self love. What's going on here? Okay, so it's dropping March 22. He's doing a commercial.
He's already ready to
That's his
drop this right
promo.
now.
He goes, it's cocoa butter, shea butter, aloe vera, distilled water,
And natural
neutral,
minerals.
yeah, natural minerals, emulsifiers used as stabilizer. Nice. I like that. That's really nice.
I'd buy that.
So with self-love here, if you were to, wow, it's endless. You could have a video on how to develop self-love. What does self-love look like to you? And you describe that. You know, I mean,
I mean, I had to go through months of therapy just to find that out for myself. So I don't know how
well,
I would.
but that's part of your story. You're just gonna be telling your story. That's all.
Right.
It's like You're going to take everything that you're going to do here. You're basically going to be telling your story, referencing self-love, but whatever it is that the way that you're going to put it together is based on what is asking for here, according to Google and YouTube. But you're only going to be telling your story. Like me, I talk about women's health primarily niched down to fibroids. All of my titles, pretty much my inspiration comes from Google here, that's connected to YouTube, but it's all my story.
Right.
I went through the whole journey. I could talk about everything, but how to put the titles together and stuff like that to make it make sense for YouTube to be like, okay, this is something that is good, that we need, and we're going to push it. I take it from you. That's all.
Yeah.
You know, and trust me, self-love goes very far. It depends. Like, even with self-love, you have to niche it down. You know, like me, this is a self-love, you know, type of program, but it's niched down to 3 different categories, as I stated. You know, where we have self-awareness, self-development, and everything social. You know, you could have self-love and you niche it down to whatever you want to niche it down to make it more specific for your videos. But the thing about it, the what you're going to ride on is always going to be self-love, because your channel is going to be, quote unquote, talking about self-love, any version of self-love. You get what I'm saying? But you're only going to be talking about your stories, of course, because that's what you know, what you went through.
Right.
If you went to therapy to get it together, no problem. I mean, I go to therapy too. You know, I've been to therapy many times, and I'm in therapy now. You know what I'm saying? So it's no big deal. We all go to therapy. And for those who have not gone to therapy, I suggest you open the opportunity for you to go to therapy, because it helps. We all need it.
It took me so long to be able to admit to myself that going to therapy and seeking help is not a weakness. Like, I've always had it. I know, but in my mind, like, I had always had it in my head, like, I shouldn't need to seek help in any of these issues. Like, I can do this myself. I can fight depression. I can fight anxiety myself. And, like, so I thought it was weak to go to therapy. And it took me forever to, like, admit to myself, like, this is not weak. It's not weak to seek help, you know?
I mean,
and
basically what it is in a nutshell, it's you allowing yourself to have the opportunity for you to be able to have a separate and distinct person to communicate with that is totally unbiased to you. That's really
exactly
what it is.
That's a big thing, the unbiased.
Having somebody to talk to that's not going to judge you, period. That's what it is.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, so if you the people who actually go to therapy, I congratulate each and every one of them, because you know what, you know enough that you need that support, and you went to look for it. But the people who vouch not to go or don't know anything about it and criticize it, those people are weak to me, because then again, you know, you're criticizing something you don't know about, but then again, I know you're also suffering as well, because everybody suffers one way or the other, whether you make it known or not. We all suffer. You know what I'm saying? Some of us suffer from things that happened like 25 years ago. Some of us are suffering of things that happen right now, you know? And some of us suffer from things that are totally unrelated to us, but it impacts us one way or the other.
Right.
So you got to be able to communicate and talk to somebody about those things so that you can get clarity. That's all it is, getting clarity. You know, it helps.
Like, before I'm not going anymore. I'm great. Like, I feel great. I'm off medication and I'm feeling awesome. But that's beside the point. But before I went to therapy, I actually got diagnosed with PTSD in terms or in relation to my abusive relationship, in every sense of the word. Use your imagination. But I didn't realize that you could even be, like, diagnosed with PTSD for something like that. Like, when you think PTSD, you think soldiers in a battlefield, people getting blown up, you know, not, oh, I was raped or pushed around or bruised, you know. So it was interesting going to therapy and, like, being like, wow, I have PTSD over this. Like, I wake up with night terrors because of this. I can't sleep because of this, and it's PTSD. it was just interesting to me. But yeah, it definitely helps overcome. So go to therapy, people.
Absolutely. And thank you so much for sharing that, because that's a very sensitive part of you that you actually opened up to us with, and I commend you for that. And this is what this is all about. I mean, allowing people to know that you also have gone through something that you overcame, which is really important, and to show that other people can overcome it too. You know,
Oh yeah,
it's,
yeah.
life is not easy, and I tell people this all the time. Life
Hmm.
is not easy. The fact that we're actually living is not easy. And there's a difference between living and existing.
Oh yeah,
Okay?
for sure.
To live is not simple at all. You know. So by all means, if you got to go to therapy, go to therapy. And therapy is good for a lot of different things. I mean, you have so many different versions of therapy. You have marriage therapy, you have
Hmm.
relationship therapy, you have personal therapy, you have group therapy. There's just so many things. Music
Hmm.
therapy, everything. Like,
Yeah.
you know, self-help altogether is essential. That's what I say. If you know that you need help and you be like, okay, I need help, I'm going to go look for help, kudos to you. Because a lot of
Hmm.
people don't even want to show that part of them, to say that, oh my God, I need help. Who does not need help? Like, seriously, you
No,
know,
for real.
even a superhero needs help because they need another superhero to come and help them.
They need a sidekick.
Yeah. So I'm like, where the hell did they come up with that? But I love this. I really love this. Hi, Mitsusani. What's her name again? Oh my goodness, I forgot her name. From India. Welcome aboard. Oh my God, what's her name? I don't like when people have these like Instagram names and sometimes I forget their actual name and I can't remember who they are, but I know who they are. I just can't remember the
Right,
name.
right. No. That's why I tried to make mine the same, like across all platforms, Twitter, Instagram,
Yeah.
Rizzle, stuff like that. So I was like, if you gotta find me, it's literally the same handle on everything.
I mean, that's a good thing about branding though. When you have the same one all along, or if you have like two major brands, like people know like it's you for sure. But
Hmm.
I mean, this is how you can tell like people are not really thinking in terms of branding, like they really don't know any better when they're just that one person and they're all over the place in so many different handles and
Yeah.
they're a different name everywhere. It's like, okay, how do you expect your audience to find you? Like, you have followers by all means. Like, you are loved. People want to follow you. So if you're somewhere else, how do you expect to be recognized? Think about it. Michael Jackson is Michael Jackson all over the place. You
Right.
know, Johnny
For
Jackson
sure.
was Johnny Jackson all over the place. You know, Beyonce is Beyonce all
Yeah.
over the place.
Right.
You know,
She's
so
not
like,
Beyonce and then Beyonce '01 and then
yeah,
Beyonce or
like Miss B here. You don't
yeah,
know.
Miss
It's
B.
Beyonce.
Yeah.
Like, you could recognize the artist wherever. You recognize, that personality wherever they are. Kanye is Kanye wherever the place. Kardashians, Kim is Kim Kardashian 24/7 all over the place. Like, I don't understand how people just, I don't know. I guess maybe they don't take social media seriously, you know, because I'm like, how do you expect people to really find you? And it's so hard to build up a platform nowadays when you leave one place to go to another, or, I just don't know.
What That's also interesting to me. Like my biggest platform by far is Rizzle. I've never had even near as many followers on any other platform that I have on Rizzle, and it's interesting. Like it doesn't feel like, oh yeah, you have 50,000 followers. Like it doesn't feel any
Yeah, but you
different
know
because
what?
then
It's because you're humble. A lot of us are just humble, and it depends on how seriously you take it, though. You know,
right.
if you're
But it's
just
just
like,
also
say,
oh
go ahead.
sorry. It's just also interesting how like if followers like there's no like you maybe you're not as popular on another like social media platform. I think on Twitter I have like 100 people that follow me. And it's just like okay, then my Twitter status is just not good. Like maybe I'm just not good at Twitter or something.
Mhm. No, but the thing about it, regardless, that one handle should be universal. Like for me, author Martine Mayas is in quite a few places, from
Hmm.
Instagram to my Facebook, the Facebook business page, which is connected. And then I have a Twitter, which is actually author Mayas, but it identifies the same thing because there was too long. I'm
Right.
on Clapper as author Martine Mayas. So between Rizzle and Clapper, like Clapper is about like 2,000 strong, Rizzle is about almost 30,000 strong, you know. And then I have Instagram, and then I have the Facebook business page. But by all means, it's all the same handle and with the
Right.
same icon, like the same logo.
Right. Yeah,
So
that's yeah.
wherever the people, like, if my people are gonna recognize me, my followers,
Hmm.
where they go, they're gonna be like, oh, that's my
Right.
girl. I know her. You know what I mean? I'm
Right.
gonna
Right.
follow her. That's how like people start to gain interest in you. But if you're like, Martine Myers here, and then your author Martine Myers is here, and then your Martine, I don't know, number one here, and then Myers, two here. It's like, okay, is that the same person? The
Right.
odds
Right.
is that they're not going to try to follow you because they're
Hmm.
not sure, until maybe they see something that's recognizable to them. But pretty much that's how people build up.
Yeah.
You just got to keep the same handle going. But one thing I like about a lot of you guys, like some of you guys have pretty much the same all over. Not all of you, but a few of you that I stay connected with. Like you do, GQ does, pretty much that I could remember and everything. And that's a very good thing. It's a
Hmm.
very good thing. I mean, the other people that I know that are pretty much making it big on social media, their handles, automatically because it's recognizable. They're using the same handle all over.
Right. Right.
So
Agreed.
total reason for that. What's up, Troy? Thank you for supporting Miss Night's Son. Troy's another one. He's hilarious.
Oh, hey, I haven't even been paying attention to the chat. I'm so sorry.
So, do you guys have any question for Miss Night's Son? Anything related to
Anything.
music, branding, the Weirdos by Miss Night's Son? She talks about
Anything.
self-love. She got a self-love series on Lizzo. And then she's going to try to bring it to YouTube.
I'll get on it. I'll get on it. Just for you. I'll get on it.
Okay. You know, she got it going on like that. So you guys got any questions? Might as well drop them now because you just never know. By next year around this time, we don't know where she's going to be. Probably going to have to take an appointment, you know.
Hey,
Yeah,
I
go
had to book an
ahead.
appointment with you, lady. Like, I was
Well,
so
yeah,
stoked to
that's for
be
sure. Yeah.
chatting with you.
True indeed. I mean, honestly, this show has skyrocketed very quickly, I must
Mhm.
say. And some days, sometimes, there are some characters that be like, "Why are you only doing it on Tuesdays and Thursdays?" Because I have a
That's
life.
already a lot. Exactly.
I have a life. Because the thing about it, people want to be able to have other days, but it has to be accommodable to me. Like it has to be a day that I can make it happen. You know what I mean? So I
Right.
give you guys 2 days, two
Right.
days, you
It's
know?
your show. You're allowed to plan it out. You're allowed to control that. So,
So with that being said, they're like, okay, put me in, put me in, put me in, give me an appointment, give me an appointment. So I'm just like, all right, I got to find a way to make this all work because I can't physically just like be taking appointments.
right.
So that's how I had to find a way to see how we can do it electronically. So it's so great. I could just like give you guys the link and it's over,
Right.
and then you guys book yourselves. But it's really amazing how it all came together, to tell you the truth. And it's an idea out of nowhere, out of
Hmm.
nowhere. Like every other idea we've been talking about in all of these shows, out of nowhere. You're just like, whoa.
Yeah.
And with the
Never
consistency,
knowing what's going to come up.
Yeah, with the consistency, it racked up. And now what I'm getting into is opening up to non-Rizzle members. And that's another
Mm,
thing. You know, people have been tapping me, like they've been like in my inbox. They're like, you only interview Rizzle people. And I'm like, well, why don't you get a Rizzle?
right.
No,
It's not that
why don't
hard.
you get a Rizzle? You know, I'm like, okay. But come on, because I do have friends in like the author industry and other people
Hmm.
that I know who know
Yeah.
me from before, and they're like, "Oh, I want to be part of the show, but you only interview people from Rizzo. How can I get on?" So I'm just like, "Oh God." All right, so moving forward, we're gonna be interviewing those people, and they'll be on the show.
Yeah.
But that's the reason why I needed to find a way to organize it and to implement that electronic part of it for people to schedule
Hmm.
themselves, because after a while it was just getting out of hand. There was one time one night I literally answered so many DMs, okay, about appointments.
Hmm.
And I had the calendar writing them down, writing the names, and I was just like, "Are you
Yeah.
kidding me?"
Yeah.
So that's why I was like, I gotta upgrade this. I need to change it. But that's the way things happen. I just can't wait to see how things are gonna transpire for you, because truthfully speaking, I already have a vision. It's not my
Oh,
brand though, but I can
vision for.
see things. I can see things. It's not my brand, but I can see things. So I just
Hmm.
hope you find the suit though.
Yeah.
I really do.
Thank you.
You never know. You probably be like on SNL or something.
I would love to do that. I know. Okay. Stupid story. I was voted in high school most likely to like be on Broadway or something. The thing is with Broadway, you have to know how to dance. No, I can't dance. I cannot. Like, it's bad. Okay, and so I think that's also why I gravitated more towards opera because like the most dancing I've had to do is like ballroom with like graceful poses and stuff, not getting down because I can't. So,
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Well, I think you'll do just fine. I really think you'll do just fine. You know, I mean, you already have the persona of a personality that is already in full fledged in the acting field. You know, because I really
yeah,
thought that you were like, have we seen her somewhere or something like that and everything.
I've
And
taken. Oh,
your
sorry.
Instagram markets you pretty well, the way that you have it presented.
Yeah,
So yeah, it really does.
I actually did some research into that, like looking at like more famous like Instagram influencers and stuff, and seeing kind of how their pages all look like cohesively as like one unit, and so I tried to kind of do something like that, you know?
It's good though. It's really good
Hmm.
though. It's really good. I mean, you did a good job. Now you're just gonna do, I guess, continue on so that you can move it elsewhere. But your
Yeah,
Instagram looks pretty good.
yeah.
So let's see. Oh, we're doing good on time. All right. So anybody else has any more questions for Miss Nightson before we close out for tonight? Any thoughts, any inspirations, anything that you'd like to leave with her?
Give me something to think about.
No. Well, she has a lot to think about at this point
Oh
in
yeah.
terms of branding. So many
Yes.
thoughts and ideas have come together. So,
Mm,
she definitely has a lot on her plate. And it's going to be a good thing. It's really going to be a good thing. I mean, at least you get to think about how important it is to really get your brand going, which I think is excellent.
yeah.
And if anybody noticed, Mr. Wrench Turner did put vossandbridges.com right here. That's his merch line website for you guys to check out. And he's willing to sponsor as well. So I suggest that you guys contact him for sponsorship for whatever it is that you're doing. Those of you who are serious in your business and have something already working. Yeah. And I think that's about it. So
No,
at this
I don't have
time,
anything to say.
well, thank you so much, Miss Night Sun, for being with us
No,
tonight on the
thank you for
Martine
having me
Show.
on. No,
Awesome.
you're such like a bright, spunky, beautiful like soul. And so I can't even believe I was like nervous to do an interview with you. So no, thank you for or asking me to be on. It was really fun. So thank you.
You're so very welcome. I was actually excited the fact that you accepted the offer.
Yeah, I honestly
Really
wasn't
excited.
sure just because of like my anxiety. Like I don't feel like I'm so good live. So it's like I hack being in like the video platform, you can think about what you're gonna say and do
Yeah.
beforehand, but then being live, it's just like, here I am, people. I hope you like me. So yeah,
It's spot on. Yeah.
yeah,
But you know what? It was nice to have you live because it's a whole different version of you, as opposed to
yeah.
video. It really is very different. So I'm glad that we had this opportunity. I'm glad everybody participated. Thank you all for your questions. Thank you, Miss Storage Turner, for letting us know about your love self lotion. I believe I said it right. And the sponsorships, okay?
Mm.
You who are serious in your business, by all means, you have a company there willing to sponsor. So check it out. And thank you for making the show what it is, guys. So once again, we're signing off until we see each other next time. We'll be back on
All
Tuesday.
right,
So take care. Have a good one.
all
Bye.
right. Bye.